What is going on, everybody? It's Saintsfan. Welcome back to another episode of Monday Mailbox. I'm sorry this one's a little bit later in the day. I've been really busy trying to do some editing on some videos that I've been working on for you guys, so sorry for that. But anyway, getting into this series, basically it's a series where I answer you guys' questions about either GTA or gaming in general. And if you want to ask a question for next week's episode, either leave it in the comment section or send me a message over YouTube with the subject titled Monday Mailbox. Now, unfortunately, since this is a little bit later, this one's going to be a little shorter as well, so there's only 3 questions, but they are pretty good questions nonetheless. The first question we have is from Dwarven Leader, and his question is, how long do you think Rockstar will keep up free DLCs? Honestly, I think Rockstar should keep up the free DLCs for the, rest of the time that GTA Online is actually popular. Maybe for the next, 2 or 3 years until their, next big game, maybe Red Dead Redemption 2, which I'll get into a little bit later in this video. But maybe until one of those games come by, I think they can definitely do it. I mean, there's definitely enough options they have. I mean, there's unlimited amount of cars, boats, bikes, planes, whatever. And also the same goes with guns and clothes and stuff. So they definitely have a lot of options they can do. I definitely do see them adding some paid DLCs at some point. Maybe, I mean, obviously the story mode DLCs are probably going to be paid, but it would be interesting to see what they could do for paid online DLCs, because Heist is the biggest DLC online that's going to be coming out soon, and it's going to be free. So I'm not exactly sure if they would ever do a paid DLC online, but I think the free DLCs every month is definitely a way that they can go about it, because it does add some new things to the game every month for people to go back and enjoy and play their game. And obviously they want people to buy their shark card, so if they make this stuff, cost money, which most of the time it does, then people have to go buy shark cards, and in essence it is like a paid DLC for them, because they still get money out of it, or they get you to play the game. Either way, it's a win for Rockstar, so I definitely think they're going to be keeping up the free DLCs for a long time, just because people love them. But I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. Would you rather quantity over quality, or would you have it vice versa, where you would rather have, maybe every few months a really awesome, even paid DLC for online that had a bunch of cars and stuff that were maybe even free, you didn't have to buy them? Or would you rather the whole free DLC each month and you have the option to buy a shark card to buy them or not? I'm interested to hear your thoughts, because that is definitely a question for debate. But moving on, we have Scott Lucas, and his question is, we all know GTA Online hasn't been perfect. What do you think is the biggest thing Rockstar's done wrong with GTA Online? This one's a tough one to answer. Obviously, there was the whole modded money situation. There was also, recently, the whole get everything for free. Even if you remember at the beginning of the game, there was issues with servers. So there's been a tough road for Rockstar over the past few months with GTA Online. But I think the biggest thing that Rockstar's done wrong is just the lack of content that the game offers. I've said it before, GTA Online kind of feels like a beta version of what they actually want GTA Online to be. Whether it's a no cop mode, a cops and robbers lobby or a mode or something, a sandbox mode where people don't have to worry about money, maybe even some sort of RPG elements where people could have their own jobs. Now, I get some of the stuff, obviously they can't have it on the Xbox 360 and PS3 just because of hardware limitations. So I was gonna even say more players, more buildings to enter, stuff like that. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see what they do with that if they ever port it to Xbox One and PS4 and PC. But GTA Online, it has so much potential, and we've said it before on the podcast, and even I probably said it on Monday Mailbox. It's got so much potential, and it's just Rockstar has just taken so long to do, the heists, the casino, maybe stock markets. I've said it before, so that would be a little bit difficult, and they'd have some issues, but just stuff like that, it would just make the game so much more, I want to say immersive, but I don't know if that's the right word I'm looking for. It would just make it a lot better than what it is. Now, granted, they can add, and like I just said, they can add a bunch of cars, a bunch of clothes, a bunch of guns, and that's cool, but that only lasts for a day or two. It's the stuff that makes people want to come back to the game, the heists. If there was a casino where you could do betting and stuff, a cops and robbers mode where people can play cops and robbers against friends, a no cop mode where people can just have fun in the game and not have to worry about cops or something. Stuff like that is what I wish, and maybe it is coming, but That is, I think, what their biggest mistake was. And you can't deny, the support from Rockstar was there from the beginning. I mean, they've had, what, or we're coming up on our 13th patch? So the support's there. You know, they're trying to fix some stuff, but they're forgetting about the content and the gameplay and stuff. I think if there were heists, or if there were casinos and all this other stuff that I'm talking about, the glitches wouldn't be so bad because people would be playing that stuff instead of trying to figure out how to glitch. Honestly, I think glitching, I don't want to say it's good for the game because obviously it's not, but it gets more people to play it because they literally go into a game just to figure out how to glitch. Or they do one of these harmless glitches like the gate glitch and they go into the game and you know, fly into the air or whatever the glitch may be. Right now, because there is so much, right now, because there is such a lack of content, people are relying on the glitches to have fun in the game, and that is what needs to be changed. Rockstar definitely needs to step their game up with their DLCs and the stuff they add to the game, because this game could be so much better, and again, it has so much potential, and it's frustrating to see it not doing as good as it could be just because the lack of content is not there. And that's kind of what happened to Call of Duty. I mean, like, there was just so much potential in some of the recent Call of Duties, maybe not Ghost as much, but some of the other Call of Duties I played, I remember, like, MW2, that was one of my favorite games, and I was like, man, if they just, like, supported it and stayed with it and fixed some stuff, it could be such a great game. And like I said, the support's there from Rockstar, but it's just the other stuff that they need to now incorporate into the game to make it good. So that is what, in my opinion, is the biggest thing that Rockstar's done wrong with GTA Online. You can let me know in the comment section what you think they've done wrong, but again, that's just my opinion, and I just hope Rockstar has something, you know, big planned for the future. But going off of that, we have this next question. It's not really a question, just a lot of people wanted me to talk about it. Red Dead Redemption 2 and all the rumors surrounding that. So I'll leave a couple of links and articles in the description, but some of them are kind of old as well, and I'm going to get that one out the way. So before I get into anything, I just want to clear up something. I get Red Dead Redemption 2 is the third game in the series, and we're all just calling it Red Dead Redemption 2 just because most people know about Red Dead Redemption. Most people never played Red Dead Revolver, which was actually the first game in the series, so I get it's the third game. And one of the actual speculations that was from a source a couple of years ago, actually, and he kind of made some claims about GTA 5, and again, you can go read it in the description. Some of it was kind of true, some of it not so much, but he was an alleged Rockstar insider, and he speculated the next game to be called Red Dead Rebellion, which would make sense because of the ending of Red Dead Redemption. I'm not going to spoil that if you haven't played it, but it would make sense. But if they did name it that, that would be cool. But as for Red Dead Redemption 2, Take-Two has revealed that the game developer is currently working on something huge, that they are even considering making permanent franchises on existing titles. So that could mean either Red Dead Redemption 2 or Bully 2. I know Bully was a pretty popular game. I never actually got to play it, but from what I've heard, it was really fun. But Red Dead is definitely an existing title, and making it into a full-on permanent franchise is definitely a possibility. It was one of the best rated games like of all time, if I remember correctly, and to me it was probably one of my favorite games of all time. You know, the atmosphere, the immersiveness that game gave you was incredible, and I loved it. So I definitely think that is what Take-Two is talking about in that quote. But as for a release, some people said that they were going to be releasing it in 2014, but that is probably not very likely considering they haven't given us any information on it yet at all. If you remember, GTA 5, I think the first trailer actually came out about a year and a half before it officially came out. So if they possibly announce it in 2014, then maybe 2015 at the end, it could be realistic that it comes out then. A lot of people are speculating that at E3 2014, which is in a couple of months, that they are going to be announcing a Red Dead 2 as well as GTA 5 on PC and Xbox One and PS4. But again, none of this info is confirmed. This is all just rumors and just speculations that people are saying. Either way, E3 2014 is definitely going to be big because rumor is Rockstar is going to be attending that, and they haven't attended any conference pretty much ever. And that most probably means something big is going to be announced then. So I can't wait. I know I am actually going to be going to E3, so I'm really excited for it. If anything before then comes out about Red Dead 2 or even GTA 5 on PC or, you know, next gen systems, I will let you guys know, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like it, share it, subscribe, all that stuff. And as always, it's your boy Saintsfan. I'm out. Peace.